So, welcome back to my opinion. This is kind of a part 2 of my review at the range of the Glock 43X with the Cola. I shot 200 rounds of Winchester white box, 124 grain NATO spec. No jams, no misfeeds, no stovepipes, none of that stuff. Ejections were good. It hit, primer was hit really well. No problems there. My son had it right before me. He bought it brand new, and he had some light primer strikes and even no primer strikes. I took the gun apart, and his couplings were where the two couplings join were lined up with the spring where the spring ends, the little sharp point of the firing pin spring. I turned the couplings. You're not supposed to have that, in case you didn't know. If you ever do that, if you ever see the couplings where they line up and they're lined up with the end of the spring, just turn the couplings. They're not supposed to be lined up. They can actually cause that, and that's what it was. We fixed it that day there at the range. We turned the couplings and had no more issues. Well, today I took it out as part of my review. I wanted to check that, make sure that was fixed. 200 rounds later, yeah, no problems at all. The only problem I have with it is a little, it does have a little more bite. My son, he didn't like it so much that I traded my Glock 19 with a MOS SCS MOS on it, and he just liked the bigger grip. I did put skateboard tape on the 43X, and it helped a whole lot from when we shot. But I'm probably going to add also some racquetball tape to give me that palm swell. I think that'll make a big difference too. But it is a little, it does have a little more kick to it than the 19, for example. Now, my 19 also had skateboard tape on it as well. So, skateboard tape or Talon grips is what it actually is. Does help a lot. I use the sandy one. A lot of people don't like that. Like both my sons, they don't like that when they carry because it scratches on their skin. I wear a wife beater under all my shirts. See, I'm wringing sweat. So it doesn't bother me at all. I prefer the sandy grips. But the 43X shot really well. No problems, no misfeeds. Once or twice there was a failure to lock the slide open at the end after emptying the magazine. That's me. Big hands. My thumb hits the slide release. It doesn't do it at all during. It just does it, and it does that on a lot of guns I've shot. Not just Glocks, but lots of other guns. My hands are just big, and my thumb hits that. My upper hand up in here, on this hand actually, will pull that down, the slide release. So that's just something I have to, and it's always the last, after the mag is empty. So, for me, it's not a big deal. For some people, it is. I can live with that. Just not during I'm shooting rounds. That's a problem if that happens. But I shot 4 mags, both 10-round Glock factory mags, and the 15 round steel Glock factory mags as well. Flawless, no problems whatsoever. The gun did really well. It's going to take some practice. I'm used to the 19. The 19 is just a little easier to shoot, and a lot of it's its size and its grip circumference and so on and so forth. But yeah, it's going to take a little practice. What's the biggest thing? I did notice something weird. I have to really, for like headshots at 10 or 15 feet, 20 feet, I do have to really aim. I still hit the target, but I'm low and left. Now, when I really super focused, I did better. But I don't want to have to, it doesn't need to be that hard. With that gun, it is, for me anyway. It might just take some more practice, which I will do. It is an easy gun to carry, that's for sure. I did notice a funny little trend. When I shot fast and didn't really focus on the dot, just put the square on the targets and shot fast, I shot more accurate. I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't thinking about it. I don't know. But it did really well. Would I suggest the 43X? I don't know. Yes and no. It's going to take a lot more practice for me to, and maybe adjust a few things. I don't know. I've got that Koa, I've got that red dot centered right on the iron sights, just like it comes. So the iron sights on the 43X Koa are very low, even lower than just regular old Glock. They are extremely low. So that could be why I'm shooting low and left. I did notice the left is probably, I'm not getting a good target focus. A bunch of times I did notice the rear sight was slightly over to the left when shooting, but very slight. So it's a those sights are extremely pinpoint. They're not combat sights. They're pinpoint. I might look at getting different sights. Sooner or later, the aftermarket's going to come up with a sights for the 43X Koa that will work with the Koa, because you have to look at the way the Koa and the 43X are. They're integrated. It was a Koa Glock conglomeration. But yeah, a little more practice before I make any judgments on it. Utterly reliable. And as far as combat accurate, oh yeah, no problem there. I would like it to be a little more accurate, but, well, maybe I would like myself to be a little more accurate with it, is probably it's accurate, it just takes more concentration and focus on the 43X than it does on the 19 or 17. Yeah, but we'll see. I'll do another video about it, but make sure you check out my first video. It's the review of the Glock 43X. But anyway, like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe and be safe.